I'm Doug Wood from Reed Smith, one of the U.S. members of GALA. In terms of how advertising is regulated in the United States, at the federal and state level, we have a myriad of agencies and potential adversaries that overlook the advertising community. At the federal level, the largest one is the Federal Trade Commission, but depending upon your product sector, you may also run into the Food and Drug Administration, Securities and Exchange Commission, and a host of other federal agencies. At the state level, you generally run into the state attorneys general. Each state has an attorney general, and underneath the attorney general are different divisions throughout the state that regulate advertising. It then goes down in some cities to the city level, like New York City, Chicago, major cities in the United States also regulate advertising at a regulatory level where it's the government involved. Self-regulation is also pretty robust in the United States. It's primarily done by a group called the National Advertising Division of the Council of Better Business Bureaus. That's a self-regulatory body that considers and adjudicates controversies over advertising, and in particular, controversies between advertisers, generally for comparative advertising. Within that same organization is the Children's Advertising Review Unit and the other parts of the organization that regulate other kinds of advertising. Some self-regulatory bodies are industry-specific. There is one called PhRMA that regulates pharmaceutical advertising, another called DISCUS that regulates distilled spirits, and so there are a lot of other industry sectors that self-regulate as well. The big developments we have in the United States right now all pretty much center on digital and transparency in digital, piracy, bots, the non-human traffic in digital advertising, and an inability of many advertisers to really calculate their ROI on what they spend on the digital space. So the biggest problem we have today is digital advertising in terms of regulation, in terms of accountability and contracts and the like. In addition, we have our evergreens in the United States of comparative advertising, of truth in advertising, and that list can go on and on and on. It's a very robust area of practice in the United States that reaches every industry. Lastly, in terms of what we anticipate in the future, I think we're going to see a lot of activity at the federal level on privacy and privacy rights. We're not quite at the model of the European model of opting in. We still have an opt-out regime here in the United States, but that is rapidly changing as more and more people are subject to data breach and data security violations. So the big development will be a big focus in the United States in the next year on data privacy and security.